Я бы тоже покурил, но у меня нету кэш. Ладно, похуй, пойду отложу личинку и передерну на какую-нибудь картинку в журнале издателя Ларри Флинта. Я жую пластинку в Ригле Спермента. Я мог бы устроить себе пати, но купить чип.
Alright, welcome to the SoloAnt show.
Welcome!
We are your hosts, Solo and Ant.
Hey, who's Solo and who's Ant of the name?
You're Solo.
Oh, Han Solo? I'm Harrison Ford. And you're Luke. No, you're.
I'm Cool Hand Luke.
No. If I'm Solo, then you're Solo's homie. It's like, what's his name? Lando.
Oh, Lando, yeah. I'm Lando.
That sounds so fucking racist because remember that one scene in I don't know if it was the first season of Stranger Things where they were dressed up as Ghostbusters, and then I think there was like two Peter Venkmans.
Yeah, they're trying to force Luke.
The black kid was like Peter. It's like, hey, I was supposed to be Peter. No, well, I want to be Peter. And it's like, no, you're supposed to be Winston. Why? Because I'm black.
Yeah.
Like that makes sense though. Like, dude, I mean, it just. So you got two Peters, and then he goes, nobody wants to be Winston. He's like the lamest one, and he was never the original Ghostbusters. There's only three: Peter Venkman, Ray, and Egon. And
Winston just got the job because he found the now hiring sign in the newspaper
in Craigslist.
Yeah.
And what was the interview like? Are you okay with, working with some, phenomenal, like supernatural shit? And it's like, yeah, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, cool. I just need a job. Like,
I need a job, bro. Like,
yeah.
He just got the fuck. He has no requirements. He doesn't fit any requirements. He's not a scientist. He's just a regular guy.
He just needed a job. They're like, you're hired.
You're hired. Shit. I guess somebody else wanted to take the job. I think it was high in demand as far as
I think he was the only one that applied.
Yeah, everyone else like, fuck that. I ain't fucking with ghosts. Hey. I don't want to say it.
Look.
I think you should say it.
Say what?
I say it might sound racist. Something about ghosts.
Well, black people and ghosts?
Yeah. Like they don't fuck around with it.
Nah, it's holy. Yeah, they don't fuck with the holy.
That's like, fuck that. That's the last thing. Yeah, you ever seen a black person in those like paranormal ghost hunting videos or documentaries? No. No, right?
Marlon Wayans made a whole parody about it.
Bro, that's a parody. I'm talking about like these shows, these commentaries, these Netflix ghost hunters. Like I've never seen a black person in there.
I know, but I'm saying like in the movie Haunted House, which Marlon Wayans like made a parody of Paranormal Activity. Like to me, that movie's like a black version of how black people would act in that situation. Like fuck it, we're just moving out.
That's so crazy. So how's the weekend, man? What you been up to? Oh, you told me something about like you had to put a video down. What happened? I'm afraid that if you talk about it, you might have to put this video down.
We can't talk about that on air.
Why not?
If not, we gotta take this video down. But my weekend's been all right.
Work.
No, just been chilling.
Nice. Well, my weekend's
been up to this weekend.
Huh?
I said, what have you been up to this weekend? Throwing people out.
I mean, I'm still doing the bodyguarding, club security stuff, and every weekend gets different and different. You deal with like different scenarios every weekend. So this is one reason why I like doing this. Because you'd be amazed like how much respect you get from people sometimes. You know, I mean, just last night, and this was last night because today is July 17th, Sunday of July of this week, and I was working last night on 16th on Saturday night to morning, and you know, this after party club, and you know, we usually charge, like depending on what the venue is, if there's parking that's closer to the venue, we try to charge people $20 because it's convenient for them, and this is in downtown LA, so you know, it's better for them to park in a parking structure where we can see the cars as opposed to parking outside the streets of DTLA, right? So, you know, so that's why we charge $20. So there's one guy, with one cat with his other homie. I don't know what he was. I'm not gonna say what he was, but he had this really nice Range Rover, a white Range Rover, parked it and decided, hey, I know the DJ, so you know, he says I don't have to pay for parking. I'm like, okay, well, you're gonna have to check with us in the front first before we let you in, because you know, usually we don't let people in just because they say they know somebody and get free parking. It doesn't work like that around here. Not unless if you're the staff, the bartenders, the electricians. If you're staff, then you get the parking free. But if you're just a regular guest, then you're gonna have to pay for parking. So these three guys had the audacity to go behind this Jeep, this truck, right? And behind this truck is a door. Two like barn-like doors. They're gates basically, right? And they're the gates that open from the back of this venue. So they snuck in, disappeared from my sight. I got my two guys. One guy is a deputy sheriff, and then I got my other boy Neil. So I said, hey, I think those guys just snuck in. So we came in there. I asked the guy, hey, where's your wristband? And he's like, huh? He looked at me like he saw a ghost. Like, what? Have you ever been scared, so scared that you're trying to process what just happened because you thought you were so slick? And,
yeah, that's the story of my childhood.
Right? And then like you got caught red-handed and you're just like lost for words. Have you ever been in situations like that where you can't, there's no way you can like bullshit your way out of this? So he was like,
every time my mom whooped my ass when I was a kid.
She knows when you're bullshitting, bro. Yeah. Your mommy. But so just like me, I was like acting like the mom, like, how come out of 200 people that's in this venue right now, everyone has a wristband except for you three? What makes you so special right now? Do you guys own the venue? Is that what it is? And he's like, huh? So I go, okay, you guys are out, right? And so they're still trying to negotiate. Hey, we'll still pay. You know, we'll pay you whatever you want. You know, we just want to be here. And that just pissed us off more because, like, okay, you could have done that earlier. Now you're gonna try to negotiate after you got caught red-handed. So I got my deputy. My deputy got so mad. Our deputy, he's a sheriff. He's a off-duty sheriff. That he took the guy and actually shoved him and threw him out. Like that show, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, you know how like Will's dad tosses like Jazz every single time he gets annoyed by him? That's exactly what we did. He was pushing him and I was thinking, man, that's a bit aggressive. So the more he pushed him, the more I pushed the other guy. I'm like, fuck, I'll push this guy too. Shit, I'm not gonna let this deputy just push people around. I want to push people around.
I want to know what it feels like.
Bro, which comes to my conclusion, that's why these cops get power tripper. Because sometimes they do shit, and the fact if you have a badge or whatnot, and then you're part of security, people won't fuck with you because they know that in that venue, at that night, in that private property, you are the law. You are basically the law. You know what I mean? And I'll be honest. I have to admit, I feel a little bit bad, but I have to admit, I kind of got a little bit of rush out of that. I don't think I'll be a good.
You're like Homelander. Like I could do whatever the fuck I want.
I was jerking off in the freaking Empire State Building.
I can do whatever the fuck I want.
I'll do what I want. I get to jerk off at the Empire State Building. Yeah, I'm Homelander, motherfuckers. Stan can't tell me what to do.
Yeah,
he's not my daddy. Moff Gideon can't tell me shit. I don't care if he's in Star Wars. He can't tell me shit. And And I don't even like black people. Why am I taking shit from him? Well, you know, Homelander's racist.
Well, no, his best friend was.
I like black people. Not Homelander.
Yeah, but Homelander's best friend was black until he killed him.
It's so crazy because Black Noir is like his most trusted lieutenant in the team. He's black.
Actually, I was thinking about that too because
like, that's so weird.
The cartoon actually explained why they're so tight.
Yeah,
remember his first day on the job?
He kind of taught him like the, you know, like, oh, this is like the do's and don'ts kind of thing.
Yeah,
you know, this is shit that you can get away with. This is how you profit. This is how we do things here. And this is how we clear your name from accidents like this. This is how we clean it up. And you can still leave a hero after all the shit that you accidentally did, even if it's your fault. And he's like, damn, I like this guy. I mean,
he didn't snitch on me. He had my back.
It's like, even though if he's chocolate, well, it's all good. I think I can make.
He was like freaking out, like, oh shit, I'm about to get fired. I killed all the hostages. Like, I fucked this whole thing up.
Homelander was like, it was kind of like Superman for a second. You know, it's like, you know
what I liked about it, though is he did all the things that Superman does, but it was like realistic. Like if Superman actually did that shit, he'll kill a lot more people than he saves.
Yeah, I think in this DC films, DC cartoons, they kind of tone it down a little bit, but Superman is like completely more powerful than Homelander. So the shit that Superman does, I'm surprised like some of the crooks and villains that he puts away, I'm surprised they're still alive. Because
like even in the cartoon, Homelander trying to laser the gun from the guy, and the guy's like, "Hey, don't do that shit, man! You're gonna blow us up." And he just like lasering the gun, and it blew up, and he blew the guy's hand off and accidentally killed one of the hostages. And the guy's like, "I fucking told you not to do that shit. You can't just laser people's guns; it's gonna explode, dumbass."
Plus, there's no bullets in here.
Yeah. And then like he kidnapped one of the terrorists, and he was like tying like a little bar around her. And she's like,
"Dude, I can't.
Like, stop, it hurts. You're hurting me."
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Superman does this shit all the time in the comics. It doesn't kill anybody.
Does he say that?
No, but that's probably like his reaction.
Yeah, you can't reference other characters from the comic books here because they don't exist.
All right, but before we get 100% into the boys, I would like to say that this podcast is being presented by Soundcore. Listeners are told that incredible sound quality is only available from a few special places, perhaps from a brand with decades of audio heritage, or maybe from a speaker that costs more than most people can afford. But at Soundcore, they're breaking that illusion. They use innovation, experience, and pioneering listening analysis to create products that revolutionize expectations for audio quality. Their play buttons don't just start incredible sounds, they also reveal the truth. Breathtaking sound that moves, touches, and thrills is no longer exclusive privilege. So get your Soundcore headphones today to discover the truth. And so today's episode, we're going to review The Boys season 3. And I actually thought so far that season 3 is probably by far the best season they've done. I also like the fact too that there's a lot of tie-ins to the cartoon. We talked about this when the cartoon first came out, like 3 or 4 months ago. It was like a standalone, or it was going to be a tie-in. And then tie-ins, like if you watch the cartoon, there's some like Easter eggs there. Like they were talking about like the Red River orphanage, which they reference in the cartoon, but they brought that up in season 3. We found out that Victoria Newman was actually an orphan in the Red River. We also found out what happened to Madeline Stillwell's son. He has powers. He can like teleport and shit, and he's also in that orphanage. Teddy Stillwell. So I thought that was cool too, that we found out that they actually told us what happened to her son. And then also too, as Aubrey and I were just talking about why Black Noir and Homelander are so tight, because that was referenced in the cartoon as well, because Black Noir's pretty much had like Homelander's back since day one, since like his first day on the job. And I love the fact that we finally got like Black Noir's like backstory, how all he wanted to be in life was to be the next Eddie Murphy. And Soldier Boy fucked it up by like giving him brain damage and making him mutant shit. And then I also found it ironic too that like he hated wearing the mask because he wanted people to see his face, but then Stan Edgar's like, well, because you're black, you know, it might hurt your ratings and stuff, because like people in the South, you know, they might not be, you know, they might not like, you know, like you because you're black, but then at the same time, his name is literally Black Black. So I thought that was ironic and kind of funny. But overall, I enjoyed season 3. Also, the two talk about being realistic. I like what they did with Soldier Boy and how like it was like a culture shock for him coming to like, you know, because he's from the 80s. So now being in 2022, it was like a culture shock. And I thought to me they did it more realistically and better than how the MCU did for Captain America. Because for Captain America, he came from the 40s, but like his only culture shock was like, Friends? What's that? I gotta watch that show. Oh, Nirvana. What's this Nirvana everybody keeps talking about? While with Soldier Boy is like more realistic. It's like why is all these fucking queers like holding hands and shit? Or like why, like, you know, he's watching a commercial, he was watching TV with Huey, and like this commercial came on for like, you know, dads like changing diapers or whatever. And he got like mad, like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, it's some pussy shit, man. It's so pussy.
Is this what men do nowadays? Like changing diapers, that's a fucking woman's job.
And not only that, when he finds out, you know, like there's a lot of black leaders in the US, and more blacks are like doing more, you know, well, African Americans, or, you know, the black community is more like not exposed, but they're known for like different leadership roles, you know, like presidency. You know, you got Stan, who's, but then again, Stan was always part of Vought.
Yeah, Stan was the CEO of Vought when
he was younger.
Was there. Yeah.
But he's just saying like different things, so like biracial couples, and, you know, because when, you know, back when he was where he was from, well, then again, how many years?
Well, in the 80s, yeah, but the 80s, yeah, like biracial couples too.
That's true. But a lot of things changed in like, you know, 2022 and stuff like that.
But I think the one that really fucked him up was when it seemed like the gay couple like holding hands.
I think the gay thing was like the biggest thing.
Like, because like in the 80s that was like unacceptable, and now it's like this shit is acceptable and it's like out in the open.
But he still treated Black Noir like shit though.
Yeah, he did. I
mean, I don't know if it was a racial thing, because I mean, here's another thing about the guy who plays Soldier Boy. What's his name again?
Jensen Ackles.
Who also appeared in
Supernatural.
I remember him in Smallville first. That was one of like his Smallville.
Wasn't he in Supernatural first?
No, Smallville first, and then they had to kill off his character in Smallville because I think he signed the contract to do like seasons and seasons of Supernatural. I guess they wanted to test out how the first season of Supernatural goes, and because it was such a success, they decided, okay, let's make more seasons. And I think they're like,
it was on for like 15 years.
It's got to be like 15 seasons,
something like that. I just know it was on for like
11.
It started when I was in high school, and they just canceled it like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I remember it topped Smallville because Smallville ended at season 10. So this one went at least 12 seasons from what I can recall. I'm not sure, but yeah, somewhere around there. I know it passed.
Yeah, keep talking. I'll look it up.
And anyway, but going back to him and his success and everything, I mean, he's been doing so many things. He did like voice acting for like games such as Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil 4. He did a lot of voice acting for like the DC cartoons. He was the Red Hood.
Batman.
Of Batman, yeah, under the Red Hood. I thought he did pretty well there as well.
In Long Halloween.
And yeah, he did Batman in the Long Halloween, which is crazy because first he was Jason Todd, now he's Batman in the Long Halloween, which is great. But yeah, dude, I like him, you know, as a person. But just going back to his No, now he's a superhero. Now he plays a superhero in a superhero series show.
All right, sorry to cut you off, but yeah, 15 years. The show started, Supernatural started in 05 and they canceled it in 2020.
But still 15 years.
Yeah.
That's talk about career, bro. Like imagine working for a series and you've been in a series for 15 years. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, every
most
year
shows don't even last that long.
You gotta think like every year you got a contract. Maybe you got a contract for 3 seasons, right? But once they extend your contract, they're gonna pay you more for the next 3 seasons. So imagine like you're basically getting a raise every year. So imagine how much money he made, and plus he's getting royalties off of like it, being re-released and reruns on like different
streaming services.
Or streaming services. So that's crazy, dude. That's insane. I don't think he even has to work anymore. I think he just did The Boys for fun. It's like, oh fuck it, I'll just do it for fun.
Well, actually, I'm reading here that the guy who created the show Supernatural, he produces The Boys, so he probably has like a tight relationship with the guy.
But it's crazy though, because 15 years, it's not like there was a large gap between the finale of Supernaturals and The Boys.
No, it's only 2 years.
It was only 2 years, so it's like he was probably like just chilling. He was doing some other projects in the meantime, like voicing Batman in The Long Halloween, which was also a success. So he's been like, dude, this guy's set, man. He's just one of those like set, seasoned actors. I think he's a seasoned actor. He hasn't done like, I don't know if he's been in like big cinematic films yet. Maybe he has. I don't probably notice a lot. But on the TV series and like some of the small projects here and there, like dude, I call him a season.
Actually, it says here that Supernatural, the only reason why they canceled it was because of the pandemic. So if the pandemic never happened, like it still might be going on.
So it left with a big bang. Like there was no, it wasn't like a Game of Thrones last season where everyone hated the last season and then that's it. This is more like everyone loved Supernaturals, wanted more, but due to the pandemic, they couldn't produce more.
Nah. I mean, even The Boys, though, I mean, it took them like 2 years just to make season 3 because of the pandemic.
Same thing happened with The Mandalorian. Well, actually, The Mandalorian, they were the scheduling was a bit rough because due to the pandemic, only a certain number of actors can be there at the time for season 2. And same thing happened. Same thing with the Book of Boba Fett season 1. Certain amount of actors can be there. So if you notice, and so I don't know if you've watched the whole season, but if you've noticed in some episodes, you'll only have like a couple of actors here and there, and it's more focused on the main protagonist of the show, and then you got your CGI and stuff. So most of the times you'll have like 1 or 2 actors at a time throughout the whole season. I mean, throughout the whole episode of each, of the season. So it's crazy how they're able to do that. But that's I find that, I find that interesting, to be honest. So yeah, man. But yeah, bro. Yeah, man. I'm not a pedophile, man. I don't even have fingers. You hear that, Brad? You hear that? I have no fingers.
Actually,
how can I be a pedophile?
Actually, I was thinking about that too, because like you remember they're trying to rebrand A-Train and have them be like all like super woke and all down for like Black Lives Matter. So they're coming up with the show called like A-Train Goes Back to Africa.
Yeah.
Where he like discovers roots, and I was surprised because in the cartoon they introduced the Nubian Prince, which is like a Black Panther parody. Mm-hmm. So I'm surprised like when they're trying to like rebrand A-Train, how come they didn't like team him up with Nubian Prince?
Yeah,
like a black super duo thing.
And remember, like the Caucasian community, they like him. About he get about 60% points on the Caucasian community. So white people like him, according to what's her face,
Ashley.
Back to the Future girl. No, not Ashley. The one before Ashley, her boss before.
Oh, Madeline Stillwell.
Mm-hmm. She was talking about like Nubian Prince, like white people like him, so he's good. No, we want Homelander. Okay, if you say so. I also what about the superhero orgy, bro?
Oh, Hero Gasm. It was
hey, you better get that love sausage.
The Wonder Twins parody. They're the ones that like set it up every year at their house.
They are the Wonder Twins parody, huh?
Yeah, because even their powers are the same. Like they have to hold hands, and they'll be like, I forgot their name, but they'll be like, instead of like Wonder Twins activate, they'll say their name like activate.
Hey, I thought that the Wonder Twins, I thought they had like some sort of
some incest shit going on.
Yeah, some incest shit going on because like they're both wearing like when they open the door at their house and they're having their hero orgy shit, hero gasm. They were like the boy was wearing just an underwear or like a spandex or something, and then the girl was wearing like all the other. Like, are these?
Oh yeah. The sister was like a dominatrix type. Yeah.
Are these two fucking right now, dude? At the same time, like they didn't like, establish that, but at the same time, you're thinking like, I mean, it is hero gasm, so a lot of shit be happening around there. So I mean, you got Mr. Love Sausage. It's the Love Sausage. I like the name.
My favorite part was when the Asian soup, he was like trying to fuck Huey, and then he was like, oh, you know what? I'm down, but my asshole really needs a breather right now. Oh yeah, sure. Just hit me up later on. He's like,
because guess what? He can't say he's not down with it, or else he's homophobic. It's like, what? You don't like gay people? What? You're like, are you homophobic?
You don't like gay superheroes? Like what?
What's wrong with you?
I mean, if you want, I can have termite go inside your dick for you.
Well, what about speaking of fetish? Because you have different, like all these heroes have some weird fetishes. Like first off, you have the Deep and his fetish with like octopussy. And it's like just because you watch a James Bond movie called Octopussy, it doesn't necessarily mean octopussy.
Well, no, I don't think it's so much like octopus. I think it's like all fish. Because remember, early in the season, he was fucking his wife, and it was like a seahorse watching, and like because since he could talk to fish, he was like looking at the seahorse fucking his wife, and he was like, "Yeah, you like that shit? You like that shit?" And she was like, "Yeah," but she thought he was talking to a
seahorse.
Yeah, because he had like a fish tank right next to the bed.
It was an octopus.
I thought it was a seahorse.
No, it was an octopus, bro.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, maybe he does have an octopus.
That's why he fucked the octopus. Because like, oh shit, I might.
Yeah, because I remember when he was fucking his wife, he was like looking at the fish tank. He was like, "Yeah, you like that shit? You like that, huh?" And the wife thought he was talking to her, but he was actually talking to the octopus.
When I saw that, when I was watching that scene, it brought a lot of callbacks to what Peacemaker was talking about. Aquaman.
Yo, Aquaman, yeah.
Aquaman fucks dolphins, right? Like, no, he does not. Like, the Google told me he does. Like, that's not even true. Do you know more than the Google? Then shut the fuck up. If you don't know more than the Google, shut the fuck up.
And even in the season finale, he's like, "You're late." He's like, "Fuck you, go back and fuck a fish." So I'm tired of that rumor. And then Flash is like, "Oh, that's a rumor." He's like, "Fuck you."
That was weird. That's crazy. The Justice League at the end. That was cool.
Yeah. It's like you guys are fucking late.
I told you, they did not reboot anything yet. And you keep talking about, oh yeah, they're gonna reboot it with Wonder Woman and da da da. Bro,
no, that's what they said. They want to start. They're doing a reboot, but with the same actors.
Nothing's rebooted. The Suicide Squad, the first Suicide Squad, is still somewhat connected to the Suicide Squad, and the Joker is still the same Joker in this world. You watch you watch Jack Snyder's Snyder cut, same Joker, no reboot.
But Warner Brothers themselves said they wanted to do like a reboot after bad Harley Quinn was.
They want to, but I don't think they did it.
Oh, speaking of the Snyder cut, I liked how they parodied that in The Boys too in the first season with the director of Dawn of the Seven, and it was like hashtag I forgot his name, but like I want to thank all the people on Twitter for the hashtag Buyer's Cut or whatever it's called, and they had like Charlize Theron playing as a Stormfront.
Oh yeah. Crazy. And you know what's really interesting about that? Because I didn't notice it was Charlize Theron. All I know is like, who's that cute girl, right? Who's playing Stormfront?
That's the hottest African.
Yeah, she's the hottest African, right? I say shit. She's still African. She's born in Africa. She's more African than anyone born here in the U.S.
She's more African than me.
She's more African than anyone born here in the U.S. who still says they're African. I hate to say it, but facts is facts. But anyway, she's also portraying another character in the Doctor Strange movie, in the Doctor Strange 2 movie. I think she did a cameo at the end, the post credits.
At the end of credit scene.
Yeah, she's like I think like another version of not another version, but she's like Doctor Strange, but like a female version of Doctor Strange from a different multiverse or a different universe or something. But she has like the same power as Doctor Strange in a way.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. She's like enchantress, I guess. No, she's just like a magical. She's like Doctor Strange basically, but just a female. So I'm actually happy to see her in in superhero films, because like we haven't had her in superhero films, so it's nice to see like all these big actors become superheroes, and the MCU and stuff. I look. Would you like The Rock to play as Ben Grimm in the Fantastic Four? What do you think?
No.
But his name is The Rock.
Okay, I get you going there. Now, because I heard a rumor that
he might.
I heard a rumor that Anthony Starr, who plays the Homelander, that he might get casted as Human Torch.
What?
I was like, I don't want that to happen, because I think
he's too old.
Yeah, I think he's too old to play Human Torch. Not just because he's blonde doesn't mean he can play Human Torch.
There's a lot of other actors out there who's blonde with blue eyes,
who are younger,
twice as younger than he is.
Yeah.
But Anthony, what's his name? Anthony what? Marks?
Anthony Starr.
Starr? Anthony Starr. He dude, he's like 43 or 44, dude.
Well, we found out in this show that Homelander was born in 81, so he's about your age.
Like my age and shit.
Yeah.
But he looks pretty good for his age though. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, you look pretty good for your age, so.
Oh, Anthony, you're just saying that because we're friends, but that's not.
But yeah, I agree though. Anthony Starr, he looks good for his age.
Maybe because he doesn't have any kids. Yeah.
Maybe.
Like this one Uber guy, he was driving me, right? And I could have sworn this guy was like maybe 45, 46, right? He had like a lot of white hair. His beard was all white, mostly white. Like I say 90% white, maybe some black in there, but mostly white, right? His beard. And then we had a conversation, and then, he's talking about his kids, and then he asked me if I have any kids. I was like, no. And I go, how many kids do you have? Oh, I have, no. First I asked him, like, how old are you? And he goes, oh, I'm only 35. I go, oh. I wanted to lie and be like, oh, you look 34. But I couldn't. I'm like, you look older, bro. It's like, well, how many kids do you have? He asked me how many kids I have. I go, 0. Well, I got 7 kids.
7?
Yeah.
Oh.
You started young, dude. I go, wait, how old were you when you had your first kid? And it's like, I was 21 or 21 or something. My high school sweetheart. So I have 2 different baby mamas. I was like,
that blows my mind too, because like I'd be seeing like
one kid's probably like what, 18 by now, because he's like, well, okay, not 18, maybe like teenager by now. If he had a
if he's 35 and he had his first kid at 20, I mean, that kid
like 36-ish.
They could be like 15 right now.
Yeah. But dude, this guy looks so old, and it just makes sense, dude. The more kids you have, the more stress, the more you're overthinking, thinking things, worrying about things. I think worry really ages a person when you're worried a lot and when you're stressed.
Well, I think kids in general stress you out, because not only do you have to worry about their safety, but I mean, kids are gonna do dumb shit that's gonna make you mad.
Yeah,
that stresses you out.
And they become expensive to where, like, let's say get into a car accident, and now you got to deal with all that because you don't make money, bro.
It's not just the car accident, but I mean, I'm just saying like I know it's a TV show, but I'm pretty sure that happens in real life. Like the Bernie Mac show, like the kids just get on his fucking nerves. Like America, I'm tired of these goddamn kids, America. Tired.
Why do you think Homelander looks so young? Because he doesn't have to take care of his kid.
Yeah. Well, he might age now that he's taking care of Ryan at the end of the season.
That's true.
And he's really taught him how to fly.
How do you feel about that though? When Ryan just had a change of heart and decided, hey, you know what? I think I'm just gonna go with my biological dad. You know, because my stepdad's kind of acting like a dick.
Yeah, because Butcher was an asshole talking about. Because he's like, Butcher, how come you don't want to hang out with me? He's like, what makes you with you after you killed my Becca or whatever?
For the reasons. For the good reason, because he actually loves him as a son. Like, you know what? I look, you're kind of like my son, and I want to.
Yeah, because even Soldier Boy was confused at the end. He was like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, we had a deal, and now you're rigging on me." He was like, "Look, I'm trying to protect Ryan. Don't hurt Ryan." You know, like that's my wife's
pussy grandson. They're both pussies.
Yeah. But Soldier Boy was like, Soldier Boy was time out.
He barely use that word nowadays. Pussy. Like,
I know. Because but Soldier Boy was like, time out. So you mean to tell me that Homelander fucked your wife and you want to protect their son?
And my Homelander's kid killed your wife and you still want to protect him?
Yeah.
The fuck is wrong with you? You pussy.
I know, but to your saying though, I love what he said to like Homelander, because Homelander's like, look, like we can be a big family, you know. I want you to meet your grandson Ryan. You still have me, and then like Soldier Boy's like, you are one big disappointment. I have never met a bigger fucking pussy in my life. All you want is gratification. It's like, band the fuck up. It's like, I wish I would have raised you myself.
It's you know, in situations like this, with Butcher, like the big three, like the big three, Butcher, Homelander, and Soldier Boy, with all three of them, there was like a dream come true because they're like alpha males, right? Within their group, right? They're all leaders. All three of them have leadership qualities. Like they've been leader of the teams, of their own teams, and just to have them fight, it's hard. It's hard to tell like who's really the good guy and who's really the villain, because they all have similarities to where it's like they do good things, but at the same time they do more bad than they do good.
Well, that's what I was about to say though. Another similarity they have is like everybody on their team is trying to rebel against them.
Exactly.
Like, you look at the seven. You know, they all hate Homelander and they all want to rebel. You know, just that A-Train and the Deep, they're too scared to rebel. Maeve and Starlight, they're like, fuck it, we'll take the consequences. Even Soldier Boy during the 80s, you know, the original seven, I guess you could say, they all turned on him. And then you look at Butcher, like the boys, they're all turned on him. Like, you know, Frenchie and Chemical, they want to quit and just like be a happy couple and live happily ever after. Mother's Milk, he's like tired of Butcher's bullshit and his hypocrisy. The only one that's on Butcher's side is like Huey. But Huey, he just doing it because he feels like less of a man because his girl has all these superpowers and he doesn't, so he feels like he can't do shit.
He turned into Nightcrawler.
Yeah. Only difference is when he teleports, he teleports out of his clothes. Yeah.
It's only his body.
Yeah.
I thought that was adorable. But I like the fact that
him and Starlight teleported to like in the middle of the street and they're like butt ass naked.
I'm surprised like Starlight didn't like, okay, this is kind of high, you know what I mean?
No, she was mad. She's like, Huey, you took fucking Compound V. I already told you not to take that shit.
She killed you. It's like, no, like I want you to like
save you.
I want to stop being afraid. I want to stop being a little bitch. Yeah. You know, I want to like, I'm trying to impress you. Like, you never had to impress me. I love you the way you are, but well, what about that pop guy? The pop guy, the one that we don't even know what his power is, like the pop singer Latino guy. Like, what about him? Wait, were you laughing because pop star Latino?
No, because I was thinking though, like I was saying though, like Homelander was hella racist because
I know.
They're talking about Ashley was like, yeah, no, he'll be perfect for the seven because it'll help us reach the Latino community because he's like Mexican. And so every time Homelander would see him, he would talk to him in Spanish. And the guy was like, "Look, I don't speak Spanish." Like,
yeah, I was actually born here.
Yeah, I was born in Iowa.
You know what's crazy though? Because I did not even know he was Latino until they mentioned it.
Yeah, me neither.
Because he doesn't. I mean, you can't tell nowadays. It's like, you know, there's a lot of like there are a lot of Mexicans in Mexico who have blonde hair and blue eyes. I've noticed that. And there was this one time when I was bouncing this one night, I was bouncing this club, and this blonde chick with green eyes started speaking Spanish, fluent Spanish. I'm like, how did you learn Spanish? Like, oh, I'm Mexican. Oh shit. Okay.
Well, no, I was gonna say a perfect example of that is our old friend Michaela. Like, she's full-blooded Mexican, but she looks.
But you know, she kind of talks like this, though, right?
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
Like,
I'm saying, though, she's like,
you are so fucking gross.
It's like so fucking gross.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, that is like so fucking weird.
Like, Anthony, the fuck? It's so fucking. But she was like the boys. What I mean by the boys, she was like the guys. She was like.
Yeah, she was cool, like one of the.
Like, we could talk about stuff around her, and she won't be like, you know, oh, that's gross. That's like provocative, and like that's like a that's like a disgrace to guys. What you guys talk about, you know? She's like, hey, us guys talk about this stuff all the time. And you girls not around. She's not like that, you know. She's like, oh yeah, I know what you guys talk about. It's cool. I have a boyfriend too, so him and his friends talk about stuff all the time. Nothing new.
Yeah, but my point was though, like, she's full-blooded Mexican, but she like looks white.
No, it's crazy because like she was kicking it with us. She was in our little circle, but every guy in our class are trying to like hit her up. Even the professor was trying to hit up on her.
I mean, but in fairness though, like, look at the competition.
Yeah, the females or the guys?
I'm talking about the females. Like,
I mean, by default, I guess.
Yeah,
no, but she's pretty. No, you know what?
I don't know if she's pretty, but I'm just saying. Like,
okay, you know what? I don't look at her that way in any attraction whatsoever. She's a very pretty girl because, you know, it's like we grew to know her like our little sister kind of thing. But it's like, I mean, she's still pretty. She's not ugly. She's like.
No, but I'm saying the reason why all the guys like gravitated towards it because I look at the rest of the girls in our class.
I mean, you got a lot of girls like, hey Justin, what's up, cookies? Like, you got a lot of girls like that.
And then you had like, you know, you had like Cherry and Stephanie who decided to be lesbians out of nowhere.
But they're not lesbians.
No, Cherry's now married with a kid.
Yeah, they were never lesbians. It was a little phase. They just wanted attention. And that her with her kid and her married and thing, and probably Stephanie has like a boyfriend now. Like, they just want attention because they think us guys find it really hot when girls turn lesbian. It is, but
not those girls. Those girls.
Yeah, not those girls. Like, I don't think you can change our minds just because, you know, you identify as this, you know.
Well, you know how it started though, right?
Yeah, because that one girl, Brigitte, tried to recruit people. And
no. It started with Josh.
Oh, Josh, Josiah.
Yeah.
He likes to say Josue because it sounds sexy.
Josue, yeah.
I'm like, bro.
My real name is Josue.
Yeah, like, bro.
My American name is Josh.
Bro, I'm just gonna call you Josh, bro. Josue sounds gay. If I call you Josue, you might think I'm hitting on you. Like, oh yeah, what's up, Josue? Hey, how's it going, Josue?
Josue.
How are you, Josue? Like, I'm not gonna talk to you like that. I'm gonna call you Josh, bro. All right, let's stop being a little pussy. and then Josh even thinks he was like the hottest guy there too.
Yeah, like, for some reason he had like the this vibe, like he was like the hottest dude on earth.
But you gotta look at the competition. Like, you gotta look at all the girls. Like, you think we want to attract these girls in here? Fuck that. You can have them. You can have all these like ghetto ass chicks and shit.
Nah, but see, for me though, it's like, bro, you need to like calm down. Like, you're 21 and here you are stressing out about like having to pay child support and shit. Like trying to get hook up with girls, like the last thing should be like the last thing on your mind right now.
I don't know. And his little shadow be following him around, my catastrophe. Like, oh man, he's like the coolest guy. He gets all the chicks. Like, what chicks? What chicks are you talking about? What chicks in this school? There's no chicks here. Oh man, our school was ghetto.
Man, my catastrophe, the only guy who takes a whole day off from school for a pregnancy test.
Yeah, I know that
was. I'm not gonna be able to come to school tomorrow because my girlfriend's taking a pregnancy test.
I mean, I know nobody asked about the pregnancy thing, but I just want to let people know that I might be a daddy too, just like Josue. I mean, I know you guys didn't ask, but just letting you know, I might be a young dad, a young cool dad, just like Josue. With
our man purse.
Like, shut the fuck up. You suck dick, bro. Like, there's no way you're gonna get pregnant from a guy's dick in your asshole. It doesn't work that way. That's not how biology works. So stop pretending. Look, I have nothing against gay people. I like gay people, but stop being one of those who try to act straight just to be cool, just to be accepted. If you're gay, you're gay. Just get out of the closet already and stop trying to act cool.
Get out of the closet.
Mm-hmm.
You trapped in the closet.
I remember the time he would try to show us pictures of like girls he fucked. I'm like, bro, you got that from Google. You got those photos.
Like some of them, yeah, but some of them be looking like they're like 14 and shit. Like, bro, you a pedophile?
I'm not a pedophile. I have no fingers. All right, Brad. I got no fingers. I got hammer hands. How can I be a pedophile with hammer hands?
Oh no, it reminds me too. Like he was we're like clowning him because he had like pink headphones. He said, "No, this is not mine. This is not mine. This is my girlfriend's. She just let me borrow them." It's like, bro, you got a man purse. No, it's not mine. It's not mine. It's my girlfriend's. She just let me borrow it because I lost my backpack.
Oh yeah. No, it's not a purse. It's a man bag.
Yeah.
Well, why does it have flowers on it? Well, because it's my stitching. I like the style.
He's like, my girlfriend let me borrow it.
Bullshit. You mean your boyfriend bought it for you?
Yeah.
Calm down with your bullshit, right? If you're gay, you're gay. It's all right. We're living in times where it's okay to be gay. So stop trying to front and straight guys. You can impress the straight guys just by being yourself. Don't try to impress the straight guy by being what you're not or pretending to be what you're not. But anyway, yeah, going back to the boys. A little sidetrack there because that shit was annoying as fuck and I can't stop thinking about it sometimes. But anyway.
But yeah, back to that guy though, the pop singer though. I just thought it was funny though that Homelander was like being like hella racist towards him because every time you see him, he just like talking Spanish. And the guy told him like 3 or 4 times, like, I don't speak Spanish. I don't understand Spanish. And he kept doing it. Like every time he saw him, he just kept doing it.
Muchos gusto.
Yeah.
Muchos gustos nachos.
Even his first day on the job, everybody they gave him a taco salad for lunch.
What do you think? Yeah? What do you think? We love
what do you think? Like we're down with the culture.
Tuesday is our favorite day of the week.
Yeah.
And we don't say beef, we say carne asada.
Carne asada. And also like Homelander too with A-Train, because like he'll be like fake as fuck, and he'll be like, hey A-Train, how's it going? And then under his breath is like, you fat fuck.
Get the fuck out of the stage, fat fuck.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of my stage.
Get the fuck off my face. He sees him in the hallway, like, what the fuck are you drinking? So that's why you're fucking fat. You're drinking that shit.
A-Train's like the Flash, like, no, I eat like 100,000 calories a day. It's just my metabolism is really quick. Yeah, that's why you're so pudgy and fat.
Yeah,
having powers. What good is a 7 member with no powers? You fat fuck.
Yeah,
I was like, damn, bro, relax, Homelander. I mean, not only are you being racist to him, but you're also body shaming the guy.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I think at this,
you're fucking turtle.
This has been talked about too in season 2, where they were, I guess people were afraid that they were going to humanize A-Train and kind of like have him redeem himself in a way, because nobody will. I mean, you can't forgive the fact that he killed Huey's fiance in season 1, episode 1.
He killed his own fiance in
season 1. Get away from that.
He killed his own fiance in season 1.
Huh?
He also killed his own fiance in season 1. He also killed his own fiance in season 1.
No, I mean, yeah, he was murdering people, and then the fact that his apology was just not as, it didn't sound genuine, and it was like, oh, it's like there's gonna be some casualties when we do this.
I feel like they humanize him a little bit. This
product drugs. What?
No, so I feel like they humanized him a little bit in this season with the backstory with him and his brother, and the backstory with Blue Hawk.
Is it? Oh no, Blue Hawk. It's not Nighthawk. What's Blue Hawk's power again? Is he like the Punisher?
They never show. We just know he's like a racist lower level superhero in like Philadelphia somewhere.
I think he's kind of like Hawkeye, but then we've had like a Hawkeye version too, right?
They already showed the Hawkeye version. I don't know what his powers are, but we just know he's like a racist superhero. He's like a lower level superhero in like Philadelphia or something like that.
But he's pretty strong though, because for him to like beat a bunch of people in that one community meeting that they had in the city, in their city, he when he was punching people, they were being tossed around like rag dolls.
Well, yeah, he paralyzed his brother's back.
Yeah, so I think he has like super strength or something. Like not super like hardcore strength, like so, like he's pretty strong. He's stronger than that.
Yeah, but then I like that scene too, because like it kind of shows like where we're at right now, like in
Black Lives Matter and like Hero Lives Matter kind of thing. So he's kind of like the cop.
Like, all lives matter. All lives matter.
Hero lives matter, motherfucker. Hero lives matter. Oh no, soup lives matter, motherfucker. Soup lives matter.
That's and then they're like, but your job is to protect. He's like, I'm just trying to protect the city by dealing with criminals. But she's like, yeah, but you only deal with black criminals. You only fuck with black criminals. He's like, it's not my fault that black people commit all the crimes. He's like, I'm not racist.
Oh, but shit. See, you gotta look at it a different perspective. Like, dude, that is so in reflection with what's going on with society today. And it's hard to say who's right or who's wrong. I guess it really depends on the situation, because to be honest with you, I mean, look, I wasn't all about specific, movements here and there, but at the same time, I've met some police officers are crooked. I work with one. I'm not gonna say his name, but he's crooked as fuck.
It makes sense too, though, that for superheroes to be the same way.
Yeah, if you have the power, and sometimes you feel like, oh shit, I got the power, I got the strength, nobody can really touch me, and I can get away with shit, and people respect me because they're afraid of me. I mean, in all fairness, a lot of people have that. If I bet you right now, give this power, give this strength, give it to anybody, right? Any random person right now, that there's gonna be a situation where they're gonna somehow abuse it. You know what I mean? Because they can get away with it.
Well, yeah, and that's why I like
that goes with everybody, bro. Everybody. It doesn't matter if you're a churchgoer. It does not matter. There are a lot of people out there, if they have that power. I'm not talking about like superhero power. I'm just talking about power of authority kind of thing, But in this case, superhero power. But power of authority, superhero power. If you give that to any regular person, I'm sure at one point they will be tempted to kind of abuse it.
Well, yeah, as I said, that's why I like that final scene of the season where that Starlight supporter threw a water bottle at Ryan's head, and then Homelander just fucking killed the guy in front of everybody.
I was like, yeah. And then Homelander's like,
it just lets Homelander know, like, well, I can just get away with anything. I can kill a guy in broad daylight and nobody gives a shit.
No, Homelander was like, wait, what? You guys approve of this? He was even questioning it. Like, wait, this is okay with you guys? Like, he didn't say it.
Because at first you can see in his face, like, oh shit, I fucked up. Like I lost my temper and killed this guy. And now
I know damage control now. We got damage control now, right?
And then everybody's like cheering. Like, wait, listen, everybody's cool with it. And even Ryan had a smirk on his face, like, wow, we can actually use our powers in public.
Even Ryan was like,
yeah, like that Damien Omen smirk. Like,
I don't have to get. I'm not gonna get bullied ever again.
No, I can just laser people's face off.
But then again, Ryan has never been bullied because he's been homeschooled the whole entire time.
No, he's never been around other people,
other kids as well. Yeah. So he never. There's never been any any instance where he accidentally like killed a kid because they bullied him. So he's never been.
About that, I think though that he's always been told like you can't use your powers, and then he sees his dad using it, and he's like, oh shit, we could do that.
What do you think is going to happen in season 4 now that Ryan's with? Because this story revolves around Ryan and Homelander, and Butcher. So, like, what do you think is going to happen now with his relationship with Homelander? Is Ryan going to be Homelander Jr., or is he going to change heart, have a change of heart again, and like find out how fucked up Homelander is, his dad, and just be like, Butcher, I need your help? What do you think is going to happen in season 4?
No, well, since he's only 8 years old, I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's going to be like a Homelander Jr. I think now Homelander is going to raise him and mold him to be the way that he is, kind of. And also, too, because he's so young, he's also impressionable. So it's like in his mind, it's like, okay, Butcher doesn't like me. He told me he doesn't like me, so fuck that guy. I'm going to gravitate towards my dad, who tells me that he loves me and that he doesn't care that I killed my mom on accident. So I think Ryan's going to end up being like a Homelander Jr. I'm also interested to see what they're going to do with the 7, because the 7 is now only down to 3. So are they going to add more members or what? And but yeah, I think to answer your question, I just think Ryan's going to be Homelander Jr.
Yeah. You're getting a lot of texts, bro.
Yeah, I know.
You're popular.
I'm like sub-popular. Yeah, talking about Homelander and shit, just bringing up my ratings and my fanfare.
Yeah, I want some of that heavy chocolate.
That's the other thing too. I thought was funny too, because she was like listing off Homelander's like approval ratings, and then because like after he made that speech about how he's tired of apologizing for like Stormfront, and so she's like reading off all the numbers, and like his dick started getting hard, and he's like, Ashley, don't stop, Ashley. But she's like
masturbating in front of her.
She's like your thing. So it's not because of you. Keep going. Read out my numbers.
I'm done. And you know what? I bet you if Homelander allowed Ashley, I bet you Ashley would fuck him.
Oh yeah.
I think Ashley's a little bit turned on by him.
Dude, if Ashley would fuck that director, she'll definitely fuck Homelander.
Dude. Oh, by the way, that girl Ashley, I forgot her name, but she was also, I don't know if she did a cameo, but she also appeared in Fear the Walking Dead. I haven't finished all the seasons. I haven't seen her yet because I haven't seen all the seasons yet. But she comes out in one of the seasons or 2 seasons of Fear the Walking Dead. So a lot of people actually recognize her from Fear the Walking Dead before The Boys and stuff. So just a little FYI for you listeners out there. Yeah, but and by the way, speaking of Walking Dead, there was another Walking Dead cast member from the original season 1, 2, 3. That girl, she was like the ex-girlfriend of Soldier Boy. I think it's like Crimson.
Oh Dawn. The Scarlet Witch parody.
Crimson
Countess, I think.
Yeah, Crimson Countess or Crimson Dawn or whatever. She was also in The Walking Dead seasons 1, 2, and 3 until they cut her off. So yeah, I like
her too. She's like
she had an OnlyFans with she had an OnlyFans and
with Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen's like, oh wow, whoa, yeah, I love older women. Hell, fucking yeah, I love it when you're wearing your suit.
No, but that shit was funny too, because like she got attacked by like Butcher and Mother's Milk, and then
he was coming.
So it was like, wait, where'd you go? Wait, I'm coming. Oh.
Crimson, are you there?
Are you there?
Crimson, hey, I'm done. Where do I pay? He didn't say that. I'm just happy about it.
No, but it was funny. He's like,
was that a good Seth Rogen though? Was that a good Seth Rogen?
Don't leave. I'm coming. Oh.
Hey, Did I sound like Seth Rogen for a second? Crimson. Hey. No? Was that? No?
And then like Soldier Boy, when she sees Soldier Boy for the first time, she's like, "Oh my God, you haven't aged a bit." Soldier Boy's like, "Yeah, but you have."
Yeah, that's fucked up. I wonder if they use the same actress to play her younger self, or maybe they used her and just.
You know what? I would say though, like the actress that they got to play the younger version of Grace, like to me, it was spot on. Like that, she looked exactly like it.
And the mannerisms.
The actress that plays Grace, like if she looked like 40 years younger, that's how I would imagine her to look. So I thought they did a great job.
And also the actor who played Black Noir. No. I mean the actor who played Stan. I think he did a pretty well job playing. Oh
yeah. I thought he did a good job too. Yeah,
bro. I'll tell you this, bro. As much as we talk about the whole race swapping with different characters here and there, sometimes we're against it. Sometimes we're on the fence on things, depending on who is portraying it. If Stan, I mean, he is the Lex Luthor of a parody of this universe. But if he did play Lex Luthor in the DC's Justice League films, if they ever reboot it, I'm actually all for it. What do you think?
Well, that guy in general though, he all he does is play villain roles. Like everything I've seen him in, he's
so good at it though.
Yeah, he is.
He's so intimidating. Like he's not like muscular. He has no superpowers, but every role he plays is so intimidating. I think it's just his presence and his lines. But if he did play a DC live action Lex Luthor in a reboot of Justice League or anything like that, I think I'm all for it. I don't care if they race swap this one, to be honest. It's just because I love the actor so much.
To me though, that'd be one race swap that I wouldn't even mind, because if you remember in the 90s cartoon, Lex Luthor was black anyway.
Yeah, true.
So like for me anyway, I'd be like, well, that's what I grew up on, was a black Lex Luthor, so I'll be used to it.
Well, I grew up with a white Lex Luthor, which is Dean, what's his name? From the Christopher Reeves film.
Oh yeah, from the 70s.
I grew up with that Lex Luthor.
Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman. Thank you. I grew up with Gene Hackman's Lex Luthor. So, I mean, the Lex Luthor I grew up with was a white guy, and then he got a tan in the animated series. I didn't mind it because nobody really established that. Nobody said anything. Oh, he's from, or he's from here, or he's from there. So nobody said he was black. So we just
even gave him a nice deep black voice too.
Yeah, I'm Lex Luthor, by the way. Superman. So you think you're smarter than me? Like, damn, Lex Luthor got a deep voice.
Somebody was asking, like, do I have a problem with them casting a black woman to play Catwoman in the new Batman movie? And I'm like, not really, because
she was also black in the Adam West films.
That's what I'm saying though. In the 60s TV show, which I also grew up on, she was black.
It's weird because they race swapped her again in the same series. So how do you explain that? Like, how did Catwoman become white all of a sudden?
Yeah. Like I think in the final season they casted a white person. Because I don't know why. I don't know what the background was on that, but yeah, it is weird. But I guess in the 60s, like nobody gave a fuck though.
Bro,
like today, bro, like if they did that today, like everybody was
nobody gave a fuck when Two-Face was black in Batman.
Yeah, that was the 80s. Like sometimes I feel like we go backwards as a society. Like
nobody said shit. Nobody said, "Hey, how come we got a black Two-Face?" No, nobody said shit. I was like, okay, cool. All right. Well, I guess we hope to see him in the next Batman movie as Two-Face. That's it.
Like sometimes I look at shit like that, and it's like if those movies were made today, like that would be like the top story for like the next 6 months. Like nobody.
I don't know why. I mean,
stop talking about it.
The way I see now, I don't give a fuck. Let's just see how the story goes. You know, let's just judge by the story, because like, dude, even the Nick Fury, we had a white Nick Fury, and I think Samuel L. Jackson did Nick Fury justice as the ultimate version of Nick Fury. I think so. I can't picture anybody else playing Nick Fury except for Samuel L. Jackson.
Well, even now in the main universe, Nick Fury's black.
No, I know they changed them up in the comic books first, and then they.
Well, I'm saying at first it was only the Ultimate Universe, and then they changed it to Now even in the main 616 universe, he's black.
You know what's crazy though? They reference that look of Nick Fury based off of Samuel Jackson for the beginning. Did you know?
Yeah,
that?
I heard that.
And then they're like, you know what? Since
at first, Samuel Jackson actually threatened to sue for using his likeness without his permission. But then I heard that they guaranteed him that if they ever make a movie,
they're gonna use it. Guess what?
They stuck to their word. They stuck to their word.
History's been done. And bro, I mean, I know we're sidestepping a little bit from the boys, but just that first scene alone with the end credits or the post credits of Iron Man, the very first Iron Man, when Samuel Jackson just appears as Nick Fury and talks about like, you know, I want to talk to you about the Avengers Initiative project. I'm like, fuck. We are gonna get an Ultimates version of the Avengers, almost, not necessarily, but dude, we got the Ultimates, Nick Fury, and I was so ecstatic. I was probably more excited than most people in that theater when that happened. I mean, no, a lot of people who read the comic books were screaming. I was like, "Fuck! Are you fucking kidding me?"
I was excited, but at the same time, I was also kind of like worried because I read a lot of the Ultimate comics when I was younger, and they were pretty fucking dumb, like all of them. The only one that was good was the Miles Morales Spider-Man, because that was the Ultimate Universe, and I thought the Ultimate Fantastic Four was pretty good.
Don't talk shit about my Ultimates, especially Volume 2. Don't talk.
I also hate like the Ultimate X-Men. Like I wasn't feeling the whole.
I don't like Ultimate X-Men. I'm talking about the Ultimates Avengers. Don't.
Talk no, I'm saying the Ultimate X-Men though. Like they made them all teenagers, like X-Men Evolution. But like I hated the fact that they made like Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, like Jamie and Sansa Lannister just like fucking each other and shit.
I think that's what they're gonna do with the X-Men, MCU X-Men. I think they're gonna start them as teenagers again.
So do like the Ultimate storyline.
I think they're gonna start young and then they're just gonna focus on them growing up. That way, they're gonna be able to have more films of the X-Men. So they're gonna start them like not teenage, like young, like 20s maybe at least. You know, we'll have some 20s, 21-year-old X-Men's. I think so. We're gonna have a younger Professor X, maybe not too young, maybe a Professor X in his 40s, perhaps.
That's what they try to do with when Fox decided to do a soft reboot after Days of Future Past. They decided to go younger and have like, you know.
Yeah, I know. I think they're gonna 20s. But see, that's an Elseworld, and based on the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, we get Patrick Stewart. But see, this is not Patrick Stewart from the X-Men Fox films. This is Patrick Stewart from the 90s X-Men.
Yeah, in the
so if that universe existed, this is basically a live action 90s X-Men Professor X from that universe of the 90s. So basically all those characters, what do you call this? Captain Marvel, Mr. Fantastic, they're from the 90s X-Men cartoon.
So I was wondering, like, when they do the Fantastic Four movie, are they going to cast the same guy to play Reed Richards?
I think they should, because they've been talking about him being Mr. Reed Richards the whole entire time. Him and his wife Emma. No, what's her name?
I forgot his wife's name, but she's
Emma Watson. No, not Emma Watson. The girl from Quiet.
Emma Watson. That's from Harry Potter.
No. The girl from A Quiet Place. But yeah, they've been wanting her and him to do a dynamic dual couple, you know, since they're married in real life, have her play Invisible Girl or Invisible Woman. I think it should be perfect as Invisible Woman, to be honest. I mean, she's blonde, she's blue-eyed, you know, all that stuff. And maybe like
as long as they don't get Jessica Alba, since apparently she can't act anymore.
Jessica Alba could act.
I know, but for some reason the narrative now is that she sucks as an actress, which is why you don't see her acting in anything.
Bro, she's making millions a year with her product. She doesn't want to.
I know that, but I'm just saying, like, for whatever reason, like, people are like retroactively like shitting on her acting. I don't know why.
I don't pay attention to what people say. I like to judge things based on experience. I like to judge things based on just based on experience, based on what I see, based on my my feed, based on my research. I do things like that's how people should do things nowadays. They should judge things based on their experience and based on their research.
Nah, bro. People judge things now based on what they see on social media
and based on science. I judge things based on science. I'm still Catholic, but I still base things on science until you can prove me wrong. Like facts, visual facts, not, you know what I mean, feelings facts. No. So like I said, I mean, it sounds a little contradictory, but you know, as I'm still Catholic, but still I'm still going by science right now, you know, until you can show me something that would, you know, enlighten my my views on things. That's it. Why do you keep closing the door? Why do you keep stretching?
Nah, because my dog wanted to come in.
Who let the dogs out?
So my dog wanted to come in, so I let her out. And I'm trying to close the door behind her.
As I'm coming in, just want to come out. Yeah.
All right, so real quickly, Amazon has announced that they're gonna make a spin-off series of The Boys called The G-Men, which is X-Men parody from The Boys.
Is there introduction music gonna be G-Men?
It should. Did
that tickle you?
So like instead of like Professor X.
Wait, you didn't answer my question. Did that tickle you a little bit?
It did. Okay.
Where did it tickle you?
In my tummy.
Yuck.
But instead of Professor X, it's gonna be Professor G.
Well, no, but wouldn't it be a little bit more? Wouldn't it be a little biased though? Because not all of them are men. Can't they call it G everyone?
Well, what Disney was talking about doing that with X-Men, like changing the name. They're talking about changing the name because like X-Men's not inclusive enough.
G-Dem. Just call them G-Dem.
No, G-Unit.
No, G-Dem.
Oh, G-Dem?
Yeah. G-Dem or
no. Actually, I think they should because like, okay, so.
Or G-Day. G-Day. Call them by the pronouns. G-Day.
Well, no, I was going to say though, because like, okay, so I'll start this. Me and Aubrey, we've never read the Boys comics.
No.
Our early introduction to the Boys is from the TV show. So I said Aubrey. So when Amazon announced they're doing a spinoff, some guy on YouTube like made like a video basically explaining what the G-Men are in the comics. And so in the comics, like you know how in X-Men they have like, you know, you have the regular X-Men team, but there's also like spinoff teams like X-Force, Excalibur, New Mutants, like that.
X-Factor.
So in the Boys comics, it's the same thing. Like you have G-Men, G-Wiz,
G-Unit.
I don't know, they don't have G-Unit, but it's like G-Men, G-Force, G-Wiz.
G-Wiz.
Yeah, so they can call the show G-Wiz.
I want to watch a G-Wiz series.
So I'm interested in watching it for two reasons. Number one, I'm a huge X-Men fan, so I'm curious to see like how they do like, you know, Cyclops, Wolverine.
No, it's not X-Men anymore. It's X-Day. X-Day.
Yeah, X-Day, but I'm curious to see like how they do like, you know, Jean Grey, Wolverine, Magneto, like what kind of parodies they come up with for these characters. But I'm also excited too because like I'm excited that they're gonna expand the universe a little bit by focusing on soups outside of the Seven. Because so far we've only been introduced to like the Seven.
I know this has been like a small bubble, to be honest.
Yeah,
we're like a smaller bubble, just focusing on these. You know, let's do Star Wars. Let's just explore the lore a little bit more.
Yeah,
let's have some like let's have some spin-offs. Let's have like you know, another spin-off of like just focusing on these characters right here that might have some like cameos from the Boys, but not too much. You know, let's just expand this a little bit more.
Yeah, so like we get to see like other superheroes and we get to focus on the G-Men and what they're all about. And so I'm excited to see, you know, to see that and see them expand the universe. So
well, you know, dude, if it's anyone's birthday, you're gonna be partying like it's your birthday.
Go shawty, it's your birthday. But yeah, so like, what's your thoughts on the?
I like it. No, I love the idea. I want to see a parody of the X-Men. I know it's gonna be gory. I know they're gonna be just as fucked up as the Seven, because there are no heroes here. Everyone is a villain. Even the heroes are villains. Even the boys, the team, they do shit that they're not supposed to do. Their kill count is just as much as what. Look, even Homelander said, like, Butcher, how many people have you killed? You probably killed more than I have, if you think about it.
Yeah,
are just as much.
What it does is, to me, the boys, it shows just how fucked up it is, because like technically Butcher and all of them, they work for the CIA, so even though they work for the government, but like you said, they're just as fucked up as the heroes because they have a higher kill count. At the same time, also shows how fucked up the heroes are, because they do a good job in protecting us, but at the end of the day, they really don't give a fuck about us. They just do it for the publicity. And they do it for the ratings. They don't do it because they want to help people. They just do it because they're celebrities. Like, they get paid to do this shit. And then Butcher's goal is like, I'm not really doing it for anyone either. I just don't like fucking soups because they're fucked up. Yeah, but he wants revenge for what happened to his wife. And so that's more like a self-gain kind of thing. It's not. All of them want revenge. Like, Butcher wants revenge for what happened to his wife. Huey wants revenge for what happened to his girlfriend. Mother's Milk wants revenge for what happened to his family. The only one that doesn't want revenge is Frenchie. Frenchie's just like, these are my homies, so I'm just gonna do you. And Frenchie's like the only one who's like, dude, let's just like be regular people. But he's only like that because he's in love, though. He's in love. I know. Hey, what do you think of Kamiko, though? She's cute, huh? Yeah, she is. She's very cute. And she's like the perfect girlfriend because she can't talk. No, shut up. What you could say. So so I'm interested to see the G-Men spinoff. I heard it might come out. It comes out next year. They casted Arnold Schwarzenegger's son to play one of the characters. I didn't even know Arnold Schwarzenegger's son was acting, so that'd be interesting. But yeah, you can catch us on. You can listen to this podcast anywhere you can. Fuck that up. You can listen to this podcast where podcasts are heard, and you can find us on social media, on Facebook at SoloAnt, on Instagram at SoloAnt2020, and on Twitter at SoloAntProds. You can find me on IG and Twitter at ExpectTheAnt. And Aubrey, where can they find you? Aubrey Freely _81. That's my IG. Also, you can find me and the YouTube channel, which is Crown Gambit. That's CROWNED _ Oh no, there's no underscore on it, but Gambit. And that's the channel name. So go ahead and subscribe to that channel as well. And if we do have Patrons for that, so you can check on the link as well. So yeah, that's that. That is that for this review on The Boys Season 3. I am looking forward to Season 4 as well, and for the spinoff for the next shows, whatnot. But I've been trying to finish up on the Umbrella Academy Season 3. Haven't finished it yet. And I actually want you to watch the Resident Evil, the new series for Netflix. That one has, I don't know, it's kind of woke for me. Yes. Well, it's on Netflix, you said? Yeah, it's a new series, but it's a live action Resident Evil. They have the animated one, and then they have the live action. But I'll check it out. Yeah, so that's that. Peace.
Baby, 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 got your license to drive. Yeah, got your license to drive me. Yeah, crazy. Spread wide at 10 and 2. I'm gonna take you to driving school. I'm hugging those curves, got your hands on my wheel. When you grab that stick, gonna make your tires squeal. Dangerous curves. station. Slip on over to the passenger side. Now baby, baby, gotta show me your ride. Dangerous curve, she's my sweet 16. My engine for you're my teenage queen. Oh, baby, 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 got your license to drive. Got your license to drive me crazy. Come on, pretty baby, make me feel so alive. Got your license to drive. Show me your license to drive me crazy. The night's so hot, your road's getting wetter. You're so fine when you're cruising in your Jetta. Cruising your Jetta for me. Baby, 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 got your license to drive. Got your license